So, we're bored, we want to watch something stupid, and play video games. There have been a few iterations of this video phenomena. We had our game lives, and screw attacks, AVGNs and blistering thumbs, and now we've moved on to the era of video essays, which has got to be the gayest term since voluntary military service. I suggest we go in the other direction and do what God had intended us to do with them good old video games. Have fun. We did it, lads. We've reached the golden era of entertainment. Editorial shitposting. Which game should I talk about first? According to Armored Skeptic's tips and tricks on gaining massive view gains, I have to talk about something I'm passionate about. And if a broken controller isn't a show of passion, I don't know what is. Dead Cells, a medieval tactical role simulator, also known as a procedurally generated, side-scrolling, Souls-like Roguevania, where you play, lose, and play the same game again, but this time, RoomTile3B.map is replaced by RoomCorridor2.map. It's like I'm playing a completely different game. But don't worry, your mundanity will stay strong throughout your journey, as with each playthrough, you have a chance of unlocking a little bit more of the game. Be it weapons, gadgets, physical fitness, or entire areas previously outside of your grasp. And with each crumb you pick up, with each new tool you acquire, you inch closer to a realization that the more things change, the more they stay the same in this vicious cycle of pointless violence. Story! I don't fucking know. You wake up in a prison cell with a burning booger for a head, but unlike Earthworm Jim, you can't swing off ceilings just yet. You're confused, lost, and the only people talking to you speak in riddles and condescending tone. They don't last too long. Basically, everything's fucked, and you're trying to complain to the manager of this here establishment with concierges, secretaries, and bodyguards getting in your way. You also notice that almost every employee here rudely disregards the FSA protocols by sticking perfectly edible eyeballs and jewels into walls. Who do they think they are? Castlevania? They also seem to be dropping some primo Heisenberg big blue packets all over the place, and being the well-raised Catholic boy that you are, you report this activity to the nearest merchant in exchange for mysterious homemade yellow liquid. Him and the other merchants offer you a chance to obtain better gear. Someday. Maybe. Hey, my money is gone. I'm immersed. Presentation! Pretty nice. It's your standard fantasy affair. Bright potions, loots, wooden chests, mutation, dismemberment, and cute little goblins. Everything looks nice and colorful, and you can tell when someone is telegraphing their attack. Best of all, your eyes aren't bleeding from the oversaturated mess this easily could have been. Some people might not like the fact that all sprites are actually 3D models put through a downscaling Photoshop filter. And those people can suck it. Sound effects do their job and music is fittingly moody throughout the whole game. Enough said. Gameplay. Herein lies that which sets this game apart from the others. It controls perfectly. Same has already been said countless times about the Arkham games and Super Meat Boy. I gotta tell ya, I envy the masochists. They can seemingly turn on any game and for one reason or another, have a blast with it. In Dead Cells, your character feels like instead of a stable individualist, you're controlling a liquid, slipping and sliding back and forth through the crevices of a randomly generated level, feeling out every nook and cranny of a tightly crafted experience, making the game scream with yelps of ecstasy like the cheap bitch that she is! Of course, your first time will be awkward, uncomfortable, and you'll be done before you know it. But give it time. Learn from your mistakes, ask your dad for some tips, and you might just be able to reach climax together. Unlike California, you are allowed to open carry up to 2 weapons. These include daggers, swords, bigger swords, bows, crossbows, spells, IEDs, torches, spears, shovels, Disney lawsuits, slippers, S&M paraphernalia, and most importantly, Shields. Shields are the key to survival for any shitter trying to make it past the second level. In addition to blocking a large portion of damage, if timed correctly, they can completely negate any damage coming your way. And that's pretty good. And once you've beaten the game, once you've conquered the mistress of misfortune and RNG, you can pat yourself on the back and do it all over again. But like the typical spoiled little shit that she is, she'll expect more from you this time. Can you do this again, but with only half the healing? Can you do this with the first level enemies one-shotting you? Can you do this with new, teleporting enemies in the starting area? You do want to see the real ending, don't you? And the more you struggle with her increasing demands, the more you wonder if it's all worth it. Should I keep going? Should I push myself to become better? Or should I just fuck off and play with her older, familiar sister? Conclusion! I've never even made it past 2 boss cells. I am grossly unqualified to review this in any capacity, and half my material was downright stolen from other, more eloquent, erudite, and erection-inducing reviewers. I love this game, but it won't love me back. I'm sure most of you can share a similar sentiment. While the current pantheon of reviewers might enjoy the galaxy brain genres and titles, I reserve the right to shitpost about simpler and easier to digest games. I promise you absolutely nothing, and my word weighs as much as a paid journalist's. So stay tuned for the next video where I rip someone else off. Or not.